Hello everyone, Old Man Cam here, back to review another game that I played in 2019. Today, I would like to cover For the King. For the King is a mix between a tabletop RPG and a dungeon crawler RPG, like a traditional old school style video game RPG. It combines elements of almost like a quick D&D session, with what you would expect a video game style of a quick D&D session to be, except it's almost like baby's first RPG. I'm not saying that because I think it's a bad game, but it is very toned down as far as the technical aspects of the game go. In it, you create up to 3 players to travel through different storylines in the game. You collect items, you upgrade your character with those items and weapons, you prepare yourself for the last boss, you do battle, and you beat the game. There are different classes, weapons, events that you can unlock. There are random events on the board. There's a day and night cycle in the game that kind of pushes you along. You can kind of take your time in the game, but the game paces you by having a day and night cycle that the game essentially gets harder every time a few cycles go through, keeping you moving forward and keeping a good progression of the game without rushing you forward to finish. It's also interesting that they chose to give you multiple different kinds of storylines that you can play. I actually got this game to play with my wife. This was the first game on the Xbox that my wife got into, and surprisingly, she loved it. We played a crap ton out of it. We actually played through the storyline twice because we failed the first time. That brings me to one of my only real complaints and gripes about the game is that the difficulty can jack up really, really, really hard, really, really fast if you're not prepared. But it is pretty fun. We played through it again. We played through it twice. The game has roguelike elements to it. There's a fog of war that goes over the battle or over the field of play. And as you go through the field of play, you unlock more and more areas. Different areas can be in different places on different playthroughs, and you just explore. It's pretty fun. The art style is it's okay. It's got a old school poly look to it, but not like it's like intentionally polygonal. Polygonal. It's intentionally polygonal. It looks nice. The characters are quite emotive for how they look. The animations in the game are really nice. The enemies do nice little ragdolls when they fall to the ground. Overall, I really like this game. It's good for anyone who is trying to get into something really, really tabletop RPG heavy. The games that are based off of Dungeons and Dragons, your Baldur's Gates, your Pillars of Eternities. This is a good intro to those games if you're really intimidated by them. I would recommend this to anyone who would like to get into that kind of thing. Even if you want to get into Dungeons and Dragons and you don't know, someone to play with, this is a good game that I think is a light version of that, a lighter version of that, less characterization and in storyline. It does have a storyline there, but it's more of how to manage the skills, how to manage your inventory, things like that I think this plays into very well. Overall, I would like to give For the King a B, and I'll see you tomorrow.